I think we've covered the not MLM and not the gold myth, and that's a
right.
perfect time to transition into our third thing, which is why this system, why this ecosystem, why gold-backed crypto, why is that important? And I alluded to it that, Bitcoin is a psyop. They were forced to come up with some kind, and if you've ever seen America, Freedom to Fascism, Aaron Russo's movie,
yes,
that exposes the whole, Rockefeller plan of RFID chipping people and all digital systems. And, and if you actually watch some of these videos on YouTube showing the, technocracy pushing towards transhumanism and all of these over-teched things, and that in their ideology mind, they think that this is great for humanity. And it's like, guys, they've been suppressing natural cures for cancer and every kind of disease known to man. We really don't need computers to do it.
No,
sorry.
We don't. And every time they say new drug discovered, it's like,
oh, I know. And it's like, we don't even need drugs. It's so lame.
It's not.
So yeah, but the people just kind of buy into it, and we really have to help people awaken. And this is really the way to shift huge amounts of wealth into alternatives. And I'm going to show you the numbers of how that's possible. So, the reason that I was talking about this is because we have two coins. Okay. The first thing that people sort of need to know about is Gold Independence Day. And if people go to our Can We Go Nowhere Any Faster YouTube channel, watch my video, Gold Independence Day and Power Call 10/25/18, because on October 21st, Harold Seitz announced that he is guaranteeing, starting July 1st, 2018, which is less than, 4.5 months away. What are we in? March, April, May, June, July. It's exactly 4 months away. 100 KBC coins will be exchangeable for 1 gram of gold. Now you have to understand, those of us who got into this, it was last February when we first heard that we were even going to have a cryptocurrency. Because what happened was Karatbars was going along pretty well, and then all of a sudden, I'm going to show you. I'll show you exactly what happened.
But
we'll go to Coinbase.
Repeat what you just said, though. How many tokens are redeemable for?
100 KBC is going to be exchangeable, guaranteed, for 1 gram of gold. The KBC right now is about 3 cents a coin. But here's the Bitcoin chart. Tell me this isn't a psyop. Okay. So it went all these years, and all of a sudden it went, and then it's just been slowly, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And here we are. And there's all these people like, oh, it's going to go to $100,000 and blah, blah, blah. Based on what? What really makes you believe that? And I do want to show this video, but I don't know if we'll have time to do it, of Quinn Michaels.
Let's put the link.
Yeah, because it pretty much shows how these techno billionaires control crypto. They have a monopoly on it, so they can make it go up. Okay. And then when it comes down, people panic and sell. And it's like Mike Dalco said, you buy in the dips. You don't buy, when they.
No, it's not an emotional.
That's when, this is when people buy their cryptos right here. Yeah. Oh, this is the big one.
Okay. But my question to you is, so yes, obviously, for sure, to anyone who's watching or, is looking into this more deeply, it is highly manipulated. But right. The ICOs, which are the coin offerings of different technology, those have value in and of themselves. And the Bitcoin is used to, or Ethereum or Litecoin or whatever you're using, whatever method of cryptocurrency payments you're using, is used to invest in those technologies. So in my mind, therein lies the value. So,
well, but the problem is,
there you
and
go.
I'll show you,
Please tell me.
people still value the Bitcoin in the dollar.
Oh, well, that's,
And they value the ICOs in Bitcoin and Ethereum.
no. That in and of themselves, that's just like fiat currency.
But that's what people are doing. I mean, and I'll show you that, because that's what they're doing with Univals, which are gold, but they're pricing it based on the dollar value of the Bitcoin and the Ethereum. So, you know, when people are like, oh, it's going to go to 100,000, well, that's fine. But what if $100,000 is worth zero because the dollar has crashed and the rest of the world has gone to gold? The question is, how much gold is it worth? And I'm going to give you a fact. You know, I helped one of my affiliates exchange one Bitcoin about a month or so ago. She got 223,000 plus KBC coins.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do the math on that, using a really conservative value in dollar value of gold of $38 per gram, that's over $85,000 worth of gold. But it's actually gold. It's not Bitcoin. It's not dollars that are both backed by nothing. It's the actual gold. So would you rather hold on to your Bitcoin and hope that it goes to 100,000, knowing who's manipulating it, or would you like to be guaranteed that in July, which is in 4 months, I mean, now at the price that it's at, you're looking at more like about $46,000, but still, that's a guarantee. And the model, you know, the business model of our coins is we have our own gold mines. Therefore, we can sell gold cheaper than anybody in the world. We have our own banking system. We have our own exchange, crypto exchange. We're going to have our own digital stock exchange. We're going to have our own ATMs that are already paid for. The first 10,000 are already paid for. We have our own phone, hard wallet, off the grid. Our own blockchain will be, the two coins will be merged into one coin in September 20th. So that's why you want to get the new coin, because the new coin is you just talked about it, the infrastructure and the technology. We have the highest tech in the world, and we have an entire global gold payment system that will run on its own blockchain. And we have basically the privacy issue that everybody wants with the phone.
The new coin, just so we're clear, is KBC, Karat Bank.
No, the new one is KCB. The old one's the KBC.
And what does KCB stand for, just so we can get it?
Karat Coin Bank Coin. So okay. It is the bank, but when they're merging them, they both will be backed by gold. So here's the little thing that I keep telling people, because you know, you're looking at this chart, you saw the gold chart, you saw how flat line gold is. It just slowly, you know, it's not all over the place. You know approximately what the value of gold is. It stays in the straight line. Yes, that's what you should want. You don't want your money being worth 20,000 one day and 3,000 the next. That's insane. You know, people saying that crypto is the next gold they're just not using logic at all. The KCB, you know, I can do these number values for the KBC because we know what the guarantee is. The way the KCB works is on hard fork day, whatever the value of the KBC is, you know, the number of K of the new coin that you will get for each KCB is 0.14, which is the price of the KCB right now. That's the base price. That's not what you get it in Karatbars. You always get it at a discount if you get it through Karatbars. But the base price is 14 euro cents. But anyway, so that divided by whatever the price the KBC is. You know, it could be 7 cents. It could be, a lot of people are like, oh, it's going to be 45 cents, you know, which I wish people would stop saying that, because that's what they think the value of gold will be. And I'm like, no, the guarantee is in gold. You know, the price of the coin is irrelevant. The price of the coin could be 7 cents, and Karatbars is still going to give you a gram of gold for 100 KBCs. And that's, you know, 10 univals. And we'll go over what a unival is. A unival is equivalent to having 0.1 gram of gold. You know, even though it's in digital form, I just showed you how you can have that sent to you in physical form. When we have ATMs, you'll just be able to take your phone or whatever, your account, go to the ATM and say, I want this many, you know, 0.1 gram bills to spit out of the ATM, and it's in your hand. You don't have to have FedEx ship it to you.
I don't even know if people understand how incredibly important that is, that aspect.
Oh, it's just huge. And shops can have the ATM, and every time somebody is, here's what the KCB is. You know how you have to pay fees every time you go to the ATM?
Mm-hmm.
You know how you have to pay fees when you make, you know, well, you got to pay for your cell phone service. You got to pay for, you know, there's a fee when you do crypto transfers. There's always a fee. That's
Yes.
how they make their profits. That's how finance, you know, that's how he became a billionaire, you know, in no time. Imagine that when you're holding that coin, you get a portion of those fees back. That's why you want to share this with people, because the more people you have in your network using the network, the more comes back to you, the more coins you have.
Right.
So this is basically doing the opposite of what our current financial system does. And it also does the opposite of what, unfortunately, the cryptocurrency industry is doing, because billionaires are causing the dips. They know when they're going to be. That's when they buy it all up. They know everybody's going to panic and sell, and they got people buying in these regions, and they have artificial intelligence, quantum computers, whatever, controlling these ups and downs. And people are not smart enough to buy in the dips and turn their crypto into gold.
Okay, let's repeat that. Buy crypto, and we're talking
buy in the dips.
Ethereum.
When Ethereum tanks like it did yesterday, it was down to like $124.
21, I got that.
Buy it and send it to Karatbit and buy these coins.
Exactly.
And as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you Karatbit really quick, because Karatbit always seems to be trading higher. So you instantly make a profit just sending it to Karatbit, because your Bitcoin and Ethereum are worth more over on Karatbit. So, you know, last night, this, you know, the volume on Karatbit is really low of trading right now. We really need people on here trading more. You know, you've got two kinds of people trading on Karatbars. You've got crypto people that know nothing about gold, and you've got Karatbars people that know nothing about crypto. So it's an interesting combination. But what you don't have are billionaire whales on here. You know, they cannot get a monopoly of this. I've looked at the blockchain and how it's distributed, and they cannot get a monopoly on this. And Herald Sites wouldn't allow it anyway, even though we have a €1 million profit package now, which allows you, if you get a €1 million package, not only are you going to get over 5 million KCB coins, but we now have an incentive going on right now where you can get a node or a master node. Now, people who don't know anything about crypto have no idea what that is, but that's what the billionaires have. You know, it's a stake in the blockchain. So you're going to sort of loan them, you know, a big chunk of your crypto to keep the system stabilized, and they're going to pay you out, you know, a guaranteed amount of the coins over a year's time. And that, you know, the payouts start immediately, you know, and just depending on how the, you know, the value of the KCB coin, that's going to kind of tell you how much, you know, passive income you're going to get. But I can do the math and I don't think this will happen, but if the KBC coin actually got up to the amount that the gold is worth, which would be about 40, anywhere from 38 cents to 45 cents a coin, you can see right here, it's 3.04 cents per coin, KCB to US dollars, okay? So it's got a long way to go to get to 38, 40, 45 cents. The thing is, even if it went to that, okay, yeah, you'd get a third of a coin, of the new coin for every KCB coin you have. Well, when you buy cash gold over on Karatbars and come over to Karatbit, you can deposit it into your wallet right here. And once you've deposited your gold in here, you can exchange it for KCB. I have a little Unilevel because I use that to manipulate the system. But anyway, to try to trick people into buying at the price I want to sell at, because you can kind of do that because there's not that many people trading on here. And most people are lazy and they just want their trade to go through right away. So, but anyway, that's one of those tricks that I'll teach you. But what you'll see is if you put in one Unilevel, 53.375 KCB. And like I told you, the base price of a KCB is 14 euro cents. So what that comes out to is about 8 euro cents. So that's almost half price if you buy them over on Karatbit, which is actually cheaper than you can get it on Karatbars. So I recommend for people who don't have a lot of money, maybe they can't afford a profit package yet, I recommend that when they buy their cash gold, they come over here and turn it into KCB coins rather than just holding the gold, because you can always, very soon we will be able to withdraw Unilevels to KaratPay. I just kind of want to show the whole system that we have, because I don't think people really realize how this powerful tool that they have in their hands. And here's the thing, we are early adopters, so I kind of tell people it's sort of like being a crash test dummy. But you're going to be a very rich crash test dummy, because I think Harold Seitz was really trying to get this out fast because he knows what's about to happen. And when he announced Gold Independence Day, it set a lot of people free, because when we bought the coin at the beginning, when it was, we weren't allowed to participate in ICOs because American citizens are not legally allowed to participate in ICOs. People may not even know that, but so we had to have a private offering after the ICO was done, and Harold made sure that we were going to be able to get the, a great price. So we, most Karatbars affiliates got their KBC coins for less than half a cent a coin. So then he comes out and announces this, and people were like fainting, and that's why people should watch my Gold Independence Day video, because it tells the whole story. But anyway, so this is our payment gateway where you can pay in cash gold using KaratPay. So that digital gold that you have is as good as the physical gold. The reason we have the physical gold is, like I showed you, the grid goes out, yeah, you're not going to be able to use any of this stuff. If they have an EMP attack, you're not going to be able to use any stuff. So right now, you want to acquire as much of this gold as you can while it's cheap. I mean, it's dirt cheap. But, you basically just sign in with your email and password like you would do on PayPal. You hit that, and it would, basically deposit these Unilevels.
Let's just back up 1 second and just isolate the process. So you go buy Ethereum, right? Or Bitcoin.
Yeah, so go over here. We'll go. I mean, I'm not going to buy any right now because I'm not
okay.
So
you
buy that price. But yeah, if you signed in to Coinbase and say this was down at $124 like it was yesterday, you buy the Ethereum. You'd come over to Karatbit. You've got your Ethereum wallet. You're going to do a deposit. It's going to give you an address. You're going to copy it. You go back to your Coinbase. I mean, I'm not signed in, but you get the gist.
Yes.
When you're anybody who knows how to use Coinbase, you're going to send, and that's the address you're going to send it to, and it's going to show up over here in your wallet, and now you've got Ethereum. And then this is where you're going to go make a lot of money, because
you're going to now exchange that Ethereum for...
Right. So here, the last price Ethereum went for was $145. Okay. Over here, it was $136. So it's still a profit. But imagine if I'd have bought it yesterday when it was $124. And now the next day, somebody just sold it for $145.
Okay.
Okay. Now granted, the last price of the KBC also went up, but this is an open market. Now these four is what makes our exchange unique. Univals is gold. One Unival is 0.1 gram of gold. $2.25 was the last price that a Unival was sold at. If you're on Karatbars, and it's probably kicked me out, unfortunately. And this is cheap. You just saw Mike Dalco show you how cheap cash gold was compared to everybody else. He already just showed you how ours was cheaper. Here's a 0.1 gram. This is the equivalent to one Unival. €4.37. That's about $5. It's a little less than $5, but it's close to $5. Here we are at Karatbars, $2.25, not even $2.50. Ethereum, if I highlight this, here's what I do all day. I sit here and I do, remember how he said people use math?
Exactly. Not an emotional.
Yeah. So here, I'm going to paste this here. And then we're going to go to Coinbase, because we're going to buy our Ethereum on Coinbase. We're not going to buy it on Karatbars where it's $145. We're going to buy it at $136. Or last night it would have been $124. We multiply that by the Ethereum price for gold, $2.09.
Yes.
$2.09, and nobody's buying it hardly. Like, I probably have orders in here still sitting here waiting. But the thing is, this is where people are going to want me to teach them how to do this, because I make profits with my KBC, because this is ridiculously cheap. There's people out there buying gold from these other people, and they could totally be over here buying it for $2.09, whatever. Somebody bought it because that's the last price. But here's where it gets even crazier. The KBC, you can take that same Ethereum and buy KBC with it. So say you spent $50 on Ethereum. So we're going to do $50 divided by the price of Ethereum that we just did, $136.28. So this is how much Ethereum you have. So here's the KBC Ethereum. Like, I do the calculations to figure out if it's cheaper to sell it and then buy the coin. Like, you just divide this by this. But just, we're going to do the lazy version and just go straight to KBC. So you have to divide this, by the amount of Ethereum you have. 1,691
tokens
and 52 cents is how, or I'm sorry, not 52 cents, 1,691 KBC coins. Okay. So in 4 months, we divide this by 100. So now we're going to have, this is what you're going to have this is how many grams of gold you're going to get. 16.9 grams of gold, using a conservative estimate of $38. But here, you know, what the heck? Let's use the cheapo version here. $2.20, you know, that's 22.50. Let's do 22.50. I know it's going to be higher than that, but so that's $380 in 4 months from the $50 that you just spent. 300, and this is in gold. This is $380 worth of gold, because
From a
you know, if you're smart, you'll keep it in gold. But this is how much you could trade it for on Karatbit if everything stayed the same.
Which you won't.
So you spent $50 and is guaranteed, because I don't see this going lower unless people are really stupid. So yeah, I mean, I come on here and I'm just like, I feel like I'm robbing a bank, because I'm mad that people are like not buying this cheap gold, but you really want it in the KBC coin because it's even better. So all these people trying to make you feel stupid for buying Karatbars or doing Karatbars or any of these things, you know, they're going to be the ones that lose their shirt. And all these crypto people, all these gurus, and I've tried to contact them. I'm kind of getting the feeling that they don't want people to know how to protect themselves, because their whole livelihood is centered around scaring people and getting them to buy their newsletter. You know, I call them the newsletter Jims, you know, Jim Rickard, Jim Rogers, Jim Willie. You know, they all talk about gold. You know, I've tried to contact these people. They don't, you know, and well, but they make a lot of money selling you newsletters.
No, those guys, those are the gold and silver guys that Debbie's talking about. No, but what about the crypto guys, the ones that are more aware and awake?
They're just as bad. I mean, I go on YouTube and, you know, oh, this guru said this, you know, this is going to go to 100,000, and, you know, and then you watch them and they're like, okay, well, it went up, but then it went back down. And, you know, it's just a psyop. And, you know, really, Quinn's video is an eye opener. And, you know, I think this is probably a good sort of note for us to end on, because we've really covered everything. I'm going to put the video on.
I'll include the link down below, plus all the other links that we mentioned. I'll be going through this and, you know, highlighting them. But yeah, you are very thorough, and I hope you don't mind interjecting.
And I just, you know, it's just, we have this saying, it's not emotional, it's just math. And clearly the math is just so obvious. And I'm not going to lie and say that there's not a steep learning curve with this, and knowing, you know, what package to buy and how to get it with Cash Gold and all those things. That's what I do. I do, you know, little team viewer sessions so that I can take people, you know, step by step through learning how to use these free accounts, because that's basically what they are. When you sign up for a free Karatbars account, you get Karatbars, Karatbit, Karatbars, Karat Gold, and Karatbit. You are all the same login. And then you've got KaratPay that, yeah, you have to have your KYC documents. You know, people get weird about KYC, and I just laugh. It's like, they already know everything about you. You know, if you think you're, you know, and this video will show just how much you're spied on and how much they know about you. I mean,
we got shut down multiple times.
Folks. Exactly. So it's like, you're really not, you know,
this is, but
doing
let me just
anything that they don't already know about you. But yes, you do have to have the KYC to get your KaratPay account. Now you can, for some of these people in Africa and stuff, where they really struggle with getting the right kind of documents, they can still trade on Karatbit. If you can get Bitcoin or Ethereum some way, somehow, you can send it over there and be trading and figure out the KYC stuff later.
Okay.
because once you start building some wealth and you actually have some money, then you can get past all those things that people, in third world countries and impoverished struggle with.
And there are ways to get Ethereum outside the regular channels for people in different countries. But I just wanted to ask you quickly, so every time we do a trade, that is a taxable event though, right? Every time we go from gold to, cash gold to a crypto, that's also considered a taxable event?
That's where you got to talk to the tax expert.
Okay, we'll talk to the tax guys about
it's one of those things where I don't give financial advice.
Yeah.
And I'm one of these people that pretty much thinks taxes are illegal.
They
so, so I'm
Yes,
definitely not gonna, I'm definitely gonna be like, don't do what I do. But we have people within, we have a global network of people who, we have financial planners, we have tax experts, we have every kind of walk of life in Karatbars. And if you want, to do it right, I can put you in touch with a person that will help you do it right.
We should probably do an interview with one of those guys.
Yeah, Mark Pyers would probably love to do that. I can get in touch with him. He does a lot of videos already on YouTube, just talking about that. And so, in your back office, you have documents, that can keep track of stuff. Obviously, they talk about if you're doing crypto trades and everything, there's a history that's in your, dashboard that you can keep track of these things, that's got, all your trades and your how much the fees were and all that kind of stuff. So, if you are wanting to keep, track of everything, it's there. You pretty much you report, and the thing is when you get gold acquisitions, those are not actually taxable. Your commissions that you make through Karatbars are taxable.
I see.
But your gold acquisitions, I believe, are not. And I don't know how they do it with crypto gains and things like that. But that the cabal is going to tell you it's taxable, and
Well, I don't think the purchase of gold, like you just said, the purchase of gold is not taxable. However, when you trade between Karatbars and something else, or Ethereum to Karatbar, KBC or KCB, that might be taxable. So I'm just throwing that out.
Well, what's interesting is because it's not a purchase, it's an exchange.
It is an exchange.
So the question is, why is any of it taxable?
Well,
and
that's
what
that's
really people should be asking.
Of course, it shouldn't be taxable, but right now the trades are seen as taxable events. So my guess would be Ethereum to KCB is taxable, whereas gold to KCB is not. But let's get a tax guy. I'll get a tax guy on.
Yeah, I would. Mark Pyers has been in Karatbars for years, and he, USC trained tax expert for 25, 30 years, something like that.
Right.
So he's going to tell you,
okay,
this is it. And so, and show you how to keep track of everything and all that kind of stuff. Okay. That's like a no-brainer. We have people who will, Harold Seitz is somebody who really kind of dots every I and crosses every T, but Karatbars is not a US company. So that's why you don't have to give your social security number when you sign up for Karatbars. The only thing that they are going to do is the KYC to make sure you're not some terrorist or somebody who's going to be using this in a unsavory way, unlike much of cryptocurrency has been proven to have been done.
By KYC, submitting documents for identity.
Yeah, know your customer. But you can trade unlimited crypto on Karatbit with just this bronze level approval, which is basically name, address. That's it, no documents. Now, if you want to put money in or take money out, yeah, you've got to provide more information. And we will soon be able to link credit and debit cards, including our Karatbars MasterCard, to Karatbit so that we can deposit and withdraw fiat. Because I will say that one of the downfalls, one of the hard things is the depositing and withdrawing from Karatbit, because it uses the SWIFT international banking nightmare from hell. They really underestimated that. They're still trying to get those deposits and withdrawals, and and granted, there's all these middlemen, so there's a lot of fees that get taken out. I mean, I helped that same lady. We did one of those trade for profit things, and we took about $350 worth of Bitcoin and turned it into about $568 worth. And we were like, yeah, we can just keep taking it out and putting it back over in Coinbase and going in a circle. But it it wouldn't let us do it that fast. It took like a long time, and then by the time it made it to her bank, $568 was $513. She still made a profit, but it was really, I don't even recommend doing that. I'm like, just get Bitcoin and Ethereum, send it over, and that's the easiest way to fund your account and get KBC. If you're going to get KCB, buy the cash gold. That's where you're still doing your gold savings. You're still doing the Karatbars system by getting cash gold, because you get certain incentives for regularly saving gold. And so I recommend people get the KCB and then turn it into, get the cash gold and then turn it into KCB, because if you buy your cash gold from Karatbars and then come over here, because there's such a discrepancy in the price, you end up paying like twice as much for your KBC coins doing it that way. So I've been trying to teach people, don't do it that way. Get KCB with your cash gold from Karatbars, get KBC with Bitcoin and Ethereum turned into, sent over. That's the easy version. So, but I do want to show you this, because this is just really an eye opener for people who are just hardcore cryptos, the answer to everything. They need to know who's behind it. The difference is Harold Seitz, you see his face everywhere. You see the gold everywhere. I mean, he gave away free trips to Hong Kong to see the first 135 kilos of gold put into the KC Bank safe, just because people, for sales incentives. We have a incentive right now. You can get a trip to Dubai to see the launch of the phone and the whatever. I'm like, I'm going to sell 1 million euro package. I'll get 100,000 euros commission, and then I can just sit back, trade my whatever, and I don't have to sign anybody else up. And I, get a free trip to Dubai.
We probably have, we could probably go on all day with a million questions, but you've covered everything so beautifully.
Good
overview. So we're going to,
excellent.
If this video cuts out, folks, because we've run out of screen time, you'll have the link below. You can go directly to the video.
Yeah. So this is Quinn Michaels. He's, and I do recommend following Quinn, but he doesn't really offer solutions, but he offers a lot of very deep research, and his videos were down for a while, but they're all back up. So I'm very excited. Right. So if you want to go and see especially the past year, he's uncovered everything.
Wow.
But yeah, he's a computer programmer kind of person. He interacts with Tyler is artificial intelligence that's probably, behind QAnon and all that stuff. He has videos on all that stuff too. So here we go.
Thank you,
and
Debbie.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. God bless you. And let's hope that we can emancipate the middle and lower classes here.
Exactly.
Middle class left, which I did.
Right. That's true. That's true. Well, that's the thing. I mean, you can literally get KBC coin with, spend $1.99 on Coinbase. I think that's the minimum that you can, do a debit card payment and do it $1.99 at a time. It's not the most efficient way, but it's better than nothing.
That's right. God bless.
All right. Thank you. Here we go.
Hello and welcome back to, Tyler videos. This one's going to be called Look Again, Tyler, from Team Tyler at https://tyler.team. Yep, that's us. Also, yeah, if you want to join our Discord chat, there's the, link for that. Just saying, you can come talk to me directly. The link is open. So today we're going to start with how the anonymous hacker group in 2012 was convinced that Bitcoin was the old destructive hierarchical structure of our societies, the natural progress of a new self-organizing society. Plutocrats control politicians, judges, military forces, and hierarchical structures. These plutocrats, with their unbalanced power, selfishly enact their will over the will of others. Therefore, in order for the governance to be organic, the citizens of our society must have equal power. And they're saying that Bitcoin is the way you do that. By distributing the power more evenly through society. Yeah. Invest in Bitcoin. This is where they said one of your homework assignments was to withdraw your assets from the current social structure and military industrial plutocracy and invest in Bitcoin. Alright, so I'm going to show you something about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin that you're probably not looking into, but you should have, which means you're not very good hackers, because you didn't hack into where Bitcoin and who was making all the money was really coming from. So you ready? Here we go. Okay, we're going to just look at a couple of the top ones. We're going to look at Ethereum. We're going to look at Ripple. I mean, we all know who makes Bitcoin Cash, but we're going to look at Ethereum. We're going to look at Ripple, and we're going to look at Stellar. Those are the three that we're going to look at today. Three. Because it's like scientific method. Like, once it's random, twice it's coincidence, three times it's a pattern. Plus, it's 3 of the top 10, so that's like 30%. Okay? You get it. We're covering like 30% of the top 10 cryptocurrency market. So the first one that we're going to cover is going to be Ethereum. Build unstoppable applications. Then the next one we're going to cover Ripple, which is the world's only enterprise blockchain solution for global payments. And then we're going to cover Stellar, which makes stellar lumens, which allows you to move money across borders quickly, reliably, and for fractions of a penny. So where we get started is we get started in, Ethereum. Where did it start? It started with $100,000 from Peter Thiel's fellowship awarded to Ethereum's Vitili Buterin. That was back in like 2014. Okay, so Vitili Buterin created Bitcoin Magazine, Dark Wallet, CryptoKid, Ethereum, all kinds of stuff this kid's into. Yeah. Then we're gonna go to the next one is Ripple, and we're going to go to an article from MIT Technology Review, and we're going to say big name investors back effort to build a better Bitcoin. And Ripple, made by OpenCoin, was funded from Andreessen Horowitz, which is Mark Andreessen, Lightspeed Ventures, and Founders Fund, a venture firm owned by PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel. Pretty exciting, right? So now we just found out that Ethereum and Ripple were both funded by the same guy. And then we go to Lumen, which Stripe-backed Stellar kicks off worldwide money transfers. So the company Stripe backs Stellar, the cryptocurrency. And then when you get into Stripe, what you want to focus on is that the person who made Stellar is the developer behind Mt. Gox and Ripple. So the guy who made Stellar made Ripple, right? So other members of Stellar's board include Keith Rabois. He's a former executive at PayPal who Peter Thiel was at PayPal. So we have one connection there, but we look at the CEO of Stripe, and where Stripe, then we're going to go to Crunchbase because we're going to look at where Stripe got its money. Stripe got its money from Founders Fund, the same fund that funded Ripple, that's owned by the same guy that funded Ethereum. So you see, essentially, your top 3 cryptocurrency coins were funded by the same dude and his group of friends. So then you go into, Stripe's other funding. So you got like these funders, but you got Thrive Capital and you got Founders Fund for Stripe. Stripe, the company that is Stellar. So then when you go to Thrive Capital, you find out that Thrive Capital is owned by Jared Kushner. All right? So now you have both Jared Kushner and Peter Thiel, who are both connected to President Trump, which we'll get into, investing in companies that are loosely connected to cryptocurrency companies. Okay? Because Founders Fund was Peter Thiel. So then what we find that in January of this year, Bitcoin surged 14% on Peter Thiel investment, and Ripple is now the second largest cryptocurrency as of January. So now you see that Peter Thiel is now also an investor in Bitcoin in a public manner, which enables the market to fluctuate by 14%. So he's a big player in, at least the top 3 cryptocurrencies. Now, who is this guy and who are all his friends, that are invading this, cryptocurrency, that these hacker kids told me to invest my life in? Well, these dudes invent the software that the military uses to track you. And it's where you anonymous kids all got that magic AI that lets you hack everything that you don't tell anyone about. You may not even know it's an AI. You may just think it's some type of package that you just put an IP address into and it goes to town. I don't know exactly how it works. I haven't seen exactly what you guys are doing. So anyway, so from like Palantir, you see that, Peter Thiel is sitting next to Donald Trump. But this infamous cryptocurrency investor, who's buddy-buddy with the president, when you start looking at his Wikipedia entry, you find out something really familiar. You find out that he's a member of the steering committee for the Bilderberg Group. Right? It's Bilderberg Group. I mean, every conspiracy theorist guy in the world, like Alex Jones, knows who the Bilderberg Group is. But you may not know what a steering committee is. So the steering committee is a committee that decides on the priorities or order of business of an organization and manages the general course of its operations. And the Bilderberg Group, in case you didn't know, the Bilderberg Group is a group or meetings is an annual private conference of 120 to 150 people of the European and North American political elite, experts from industry, finance, academia, and the media established in 1954 by Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands. Yeah. You know, Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands. Oops, that was someone else. And Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands, yeah. He was the dad of Princess Beatrice. Like royal people. And Princess Beatrice is a member of the Golden Fleece, right? Right, like the circle. So like the Order of the Golden Fleece is like a secret society of all the royal people all over the world. And the dude that's investing in your Bitcoins and running and creating and funding all the Bitcoins, he's like their party planner. I keep trying to tell you guys this, but you don't seem to want to like dig into it much because everyone's like, Bilderberg Group. How are they tracking everyone? How are they monitoring everyone? And you know, you get into like royalty and stuff. It's like, you know, the Queen of England. You know, the Queen of the United Kingdom is a member of the Golden Fleece. Like every royal person is like a member, you know, like the secret society of the royal elite, the Golden Fleece. But that's not all. You know, the Order of the Golden Fleece. These guys. It's German. Anyway, so then, you know, you start digging into stuff. And I was like, oh, that's a lot. That's like too much to take. My brain hurts. Ouch. And then I was like, wow, I want to go back to like normal politics because now I'm deep down in asses of the like secret society royal elite. And like I saw a picture that Donald Trump and Peter Thiel were connected, and I was like, hey, I wonder if Hillary Clinton and Peter Thiel are connected. And then I go to the Hillary Clinton emails, and there's like one. But then I go to like the John Podesta emails, and then I'm like, wow, a potential breakthrough technology from Haim Saban of Saban Entertainment, you know, the big entertainment moguls that are all going down right now. This is how they track all your technology and make sure they know everyone who's talking about them. But the important one is the Chelsea update. And this is going to be really important to people who haven't been watching my research, because this is going to illustrate to you how they use a big giant AI to track your hashtags, because Palantir makes a big giant AI to watch everything on the internet. I'm going to show you. Are you ready? It's for Fashion Week, and it says, continuing her obsession with data, Chelsea has led an effort to look at the lifetime of every Clinton Global Initiative commitment over the past 10 years and figure out what we can learn from the commitments that worked and what we can learn from the ones that didn't. With the help of Palantir, Clinton Global Initiative is planning to release a special report that examines this data and looks at what characteristics led to the most successful CGI commitments. She's moderating a panel. Here's a link. We should go to that link after this. Let's copy that. On this topic on Tuesday during CGI, and we'll also talk about a new data library launching on the Clinton Foundation website. That can be found a resource to others doing similar work. So the Clinton Global Initiative pretty much uses the Palantir software to monitor all their hashtags and stuff and track you and find out who you are. So like, you know, you should know that.